imagine a house, because it is a huge house, right, with all this nature, and now you see everybody's life, but it's not only light, it's also a lot of shadow. My name is Adiola Aderemi. I am the founder and CEO of Ayoo Retreats. This first Ayoo Retreat in Watamu in Kenya is actually super special. Sophia Tiende was kind enough to be the one to fundraise for this so that people can actually come with as much ease as possible. Like, all you need to do is show up. All you need to do is allow your ancestors to show up with you. When I look at Watamu, this house, the moment I saw it, I was like, yeah, this is the place, this is the house, this is the water. When I saw Mida Creek in Watamu, it was like, come home. You know, when you hear that, come home, and it's been just, yeah, reconnecting with the other mother. I pay homage to the ancestors of all ancestors. I pay homage to your ancestors who have led you to be here and co-create this experience and co-create this moment. I pay homage to the ones in your lineage who want to help you and support you, to redefine and commit to bringing back whatever has been lost, whatever has been taken from your lineage. I pay homage to those who want you to thrive, who want you to exist in blossoming situations, who want you to always know where you are and who you come from. I come in to help you understand who your ancestors are also who you are. Healing can be triggering for people. Healing is triggering because it's quite a lot of shadow that come up. A lot of the things you're not ready to face will come up from other people's session that you would see. You're like, oh, this is how your ancestors deal with you. I want my ancestors to deal with me in such a way. And so that can be really uncomfortable, and that's also part of Ayoo Retreat, for things to be uncomfortable, because in the discomfort is how we learn what can be comfortable. It's absolutely okay to sit it out and be in Savasana, but it's also good to try and see what your body is capable of. So, I will demonstrate first, and if it's a no, it's a no. If it's a yes, it's a yes. Okay? Oh, I was very attracted to the idea of resting to reclaim, the idea of taking a moment of pause from our busy schedules to go into a state of deep rest so that we can access parts of ourselves that we think that we have lost but have been actually just tampered down by the hecticness of our lives. So the thought of 8 days of, just being poured into as opposed to pouring into others was perfect for me. So having all these healers come who are from here, and then inviting in other healers from the continent who are diasporic, like the UK, but they're from Nigeria, or like, for example, Rwanda, Kigali, Burundi, Cotonou, like all of that is coming together.
My name is Yema Freida. I'm a psychotherapist, and I work with Black women on healing trauma, any mental health issues they bring with, but with a focus on healing trauma, identity work, and returning to roots. To remember to always call upon and, when to stay on the path, to do the work. That is a part of me that is connected to my ancestors and that can hear okay, now it's time for this, now it's time for this. I'm sure some of the participants already had some level of clarity about their purpose and why they're here, what they're on this earth to do, what they're in this life to do. But I hope that they, that those who don't have that clarity gain that clarity, and those who have it, that they deepen it so that it becomes even more clear and more concrete, and that they have some ideas about how to take it forward.
Gala gala, jangolo que lo mo, jangolo que lo miel, jangolo que lo mo de dala, jangolo murko se gala gala, jangolo que lo mo, jangolo que lo miel, jangolo.
My name is Mobani Njogu. I am a relational and sex therapist. That's my official title.
It's also the right anger. It's also the fuck you, right? It's also the fire. It's also the distraction. Like, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I take the role of what we call maybe like a doula of sorts, where I support folks in birthing their most authentic selves. I want our guests to reclaim the notion of what is considered pleasurable. I think oftentimes for a lot of us, we come from families and communities that really demonize pleasure. And so what I'm inviting our guests to dip into is to imagine pleasure as a tool, not only to bring more awareness to self, but also for healing, for it being the echoes of imagination and creation.
My name is Kuku Dabula Mafu. I'm also known as Hafeni, and I am a Sangoma. I am a healer. I'm here on the retreat to facilitate any kind of healing that has to do with ancestral veneration, that has a lot to do with people uncovering their purpose and their power. The most important part that I feel a lot of people needed was to kind of find a way to actualize their purpose, and also to give about any kind of thing that would help them come up with a life strategy that works in terms of business and entrepreneurship, and then also in terms of how to make their purpose work for them, and also what they need in terms of the material gains, what they need in order for them to sort of carry out their purpose.
kel ki changolo wet men no to gwen wet mar changolo mar men no to gwen ni ko kel ki changolo.
Why this is so important is for a lot of us black women, African women, because of how our lives are structured, we never really get a chance to really step into the space of silence, of restoration, of care. And this is why Ayoo retreats is so important.
The expectation is really for people to own their spiritual processes, to hold their spiritual processes, and also for them to achieve the things that they have envisioned for themselves, the things that they had forgotten about, the dreams and ambitions that they had swept under the rug. So it's to pull those things out and then actualize those things.
So you will be very uncomfortable. Your shadows will come out, like your insecurities, your flaws will magnify because other people's insecurity and flaws are magnified. And that's when the healing starts.
I feel sad because I don't want this to end. But like any good thing, I guess things do end. I feel alive, much more. Honestly, this was more than I anticipated, better than I dreamed it was gonna be. And I think I would encourage anyone that wants to connect with themselves, wants to renew their spiritual life, to really consider Ayoo retreats.
When you realize that you're not alone in your insecurities, you're not alone in the pain that you're going through, you're not alone in the grief that you're experiencing for the planet, for the humans, for the ancestors, that you wanting to commune with your ancestors to go to joy, you first of all have to pass through all of the other emotions that you might count as low vibration, but they are not, they're just emotions, and all humans must feel the things that they're feeling. And once you feel that, you come in through the integration of like, okay, I felt all of the things that I'm feeling. I've shed my tears, I've cried my cries, but I'm merging myself and I'm submerging myself in community, in love, in care of my people, of my ancestors, of my peers, because also there's a lot of your peers around doing the same work. And when I come out, I'm coming out to say it's possible to have love, it's possible to have compassion, it's possible to have joy. It's actually pertinent to have joy. And that joy is what keeps us together. And it doesn't mean that I'm happy all the time. It means I know within myself that I'm rooted in joy, which is what the word Ayoo means in Yoruba. And me being rooted in joy means that everything is possible if I look to my network for the support that I need. More abundance, more ease, and may every government that is oppressing our people be oppressed. May their houses be burned to the crumbles of nothingness. Cheers! 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 To more joy and to more abundance.
More joy and abundance.
More joy and abundance. Thank you, Mama, for the massage. Cheers.